Hi, in the last video, we have studied about Liferay Service Builder and how to create Liferay Service Builder in Liferay. So today in this video, we will study about understanding web services and API usage. Web services and API are vital components of modern software development. It facilitates seamless communications and interaction between different systems and applications over the internet. So let's discuss agenda. Agenda of this video is the web services and API usage. First, we will see about web services in Liferay. Moving forward, we will shift our focus to API usage, and then we will shift to our focus to the how to create web services with Service Builder. Now I am going to talk about web services in Liferay. Web services enable seamless communication between applications running on different machines, allowing them to exchange data and functionality over the internet. This ensures interoperability and facilitates the integration of diverse software systems. In Liferay DXP, API are provided to grant external access to its features, enabling developers to extend and customize the platform functionality according to their specific requirement. These APIs serve gateways for interacting with Liferay capability from external applications. We have two approaches in Liferay: headless REST API and plain web REST services. With headless REST API like OpenAPI, developer can access Liferay functionality in a decoupled manner, allowing for flexible front-end development. This approach enables the creation of dynamic and interactive user experience by leveraging Liferay backend capability. Next is plain web REST services. Alternatively, developers can use plain web REST services such as JXRS, JXWS, or Service Builder within Liferay. These services provide traditional web services functionalities and can be utilized for implementing various backend functionality depending on project requirements. Now, let's discuss on API usage. Liferay DXP provides headless API designed for RESTful interaction, enabling developers to access this functionality independently of the user interface. This approach fosters flexibility and scalability in application development by separating the presentations layer from the backend logic. The Liferay REST API empowers developers to programmatically retrieve, update, and delete web content with Liferay DXP. This capability streamlines content management process, allowing for automated content manipulation and seamless integration with external systems. Developers have the option to create custom entity headless REST API in Liferay DXP using OpenAPI profile and REST Builder. This empowers them to expose tolerate functionalities and datasets, enabling efficient interaction with Liferay backend service in a standard and interoperable manner. Liferay API facilitates seamless integration with the various components, including portlet, application, and external systems. Whether within the Liferay ecosystem or remotely, these API provide a comprehensive framework for building interconnected solutions that meet diverse business needs. Now, I'm going to talk about creating web services with Service Builder. Service Builder is a powerful tool in library development framework that automates the creation of service layer for managing persistent data entities. It's generated Java classes for entities, service interfaces, and service implementation, providing developers with a standard approach to interact with the database entities. So, let's explore how Liferay employs the Service Builder technical and execute code that is create, read, update, and delete operations, which are essential for data management within the Liferay portal. So first, open the Liferay Developer Studio and start the server. My server is already started. We have already set up our service builder for employee in our previous video. So today I will perform third operations inside the remote services of employee. To begin, so first expand your module, go to the employee services and go to home.liferay employee.service impl. In this package we have two classes. First, local service, second is remote service. The employee service class is remote service implementation for managing employee data. This class contains methods allow us to perform third operations on employee entities remotely. So here we will create our first method. So just open the remote service. Create a method to employee. Create a new employee which is responsible for creating new employee object in our system. So I have already created this method for creating new employees. This call create method employee object with the primary key. Once we have new employee object, we need to provide a parameters, employee ID, employee name, and employee addresses. So I have already this providing parameters, and each attribute is to assign representing value assign setter method like set employee ID. So I have already set this method, first name, last name, and address. So on within the try catch block, so I have already created a try catch block. So and implement this. We need the process to creating new employee instance. The method invoke to generate a fresh employee object which assign the variable new employee. After creating employee object, we proceed to the set attributes. So I hope you already set attributes, and these method allow us to populate the employee object with the relevant details provided as a parameter to our method. And employee at try catch block to handle any exception that arise for by the catching block. In this scenario, we gracefully handle to exception by return null, and this signals to the caller that any error occurred during the creation employee. And after create a method employee, so we will move on. Find all employees methods for retrieving the data from database. We will return all employees get from find all method which providing all employee from database. So I have created this. Next method is updated employee. So I have already created this method for updating informations. We start fetching primary key, and this find primary key is providing by library the default functionality, and we have add get from employee ID and set the employees all values for updating employees information. Next go to the next method, delete employee. This method for get employee ID and delete employee from database. I am using this private logs, or if user deleted successfully it's written, and if user not deleted, so employee not found. So I have already created this method. This method in enclosed with the package handler if any potential exception can arise during the removal operation. After creating these all methods, create, read, update methods, we will build and deploy your service builder. So I'm going to build service builder first. So go to the Gradle task and find your service builder name and go to the build service. So just click on. So wait until the service builder is built. After build service, go to the Gradle refresh. So let's go and just quick refresh. Click on workspace, right click and click on Gradle refresh. Wait until your Gradle is refreshed. After refreshing, now we ready to deploy your service builder. So go to the Gradle task and find deploy. Click on deploy. Now you can see your build successfully. Your module is deployed successfully and it started. You can see your module is started successfully. So now I'm going to test our method we had to create, and we use the JSON API services. So go to the browser and log in into the library portal. So I have already logged in into the library portal. Now click on new tab plus icon and hit this URL, suppose API JSON WS. This will open up JSON API where find to our context name is context list. So find your context list. So I'm going to find my context list is LR. After selecting this, it will open down all CRUD operations like first create employee, update, delete, and point. So it will be created this. So first I create a employee, click on employee, give a employee ID. So I give just one. Name is Ankush, last name is Kumar, and give this address Jaipur, and click on invoke. Now you can see your employees created successfully. So first verify your employees created or not successfully. So click on find all employees. I just click and invoke this. Click on. You can see your employees created successfully. Now I am going to update employee information. Click on update method and give employee ID. So my employee ID is 1, and give name to Ankush 2, change Utpal, last name is Kumar, and give address to Jaipur to speaker. So I just change and click on invoke. So after click, you can see your employees updated successfully. So first I check and verify it's updated or not. So click on find all employees and click on invoke. You can see it's changed successfully Ankush to Utpal. And now I'm going to delete from employee database. So click on delete and view employee ID 1. Click on this. You can see successfully deleted. Now I'm going to check it's deleted or not. Click on find all employees methods and re-invoke and click on invoke. You can see you have not created any employee. And now so there have to so that how that can we create and test APIs using this service builder. I perform the CRUD operations like create, delete, update, delete. So full force. Thank you for watching.